What's up, guys? Stan Lake here with Catching Creation. I'm here with Daniel Charles and Thomas LaVine. Stephen LaVine's on the camera. We're in the Sandhills of North Carolina trying to find some cool animals. Come with us on this adventure. Woohoo! Guess what's behind my back? You don't even know, but I do. Check this out. This is an eastern glass lizard. It's a type of legless lizard that lives here in the Sandhills of North Carolina. Now, people will see these and think, I've heard them called glass snakes before. People mistake them as snakes, but actually it is a legless lizard. And one of the ways you can tell is if you look on the side of his head right here, he's actually got ear holes, and snakes don't have those. His head actually looks like a lizard. He eats insects, so unlike a snake, he can't unhinge his jaws and eat big prey items. He has to eat crickets and things that are big enough to fit in his mouth, just like a regular lizard would. Now, this guy is called a glass lizard because he can break his tail off like a regular lizard can. They got fracture planes in their tails that allow them to kind of break their tail off, and it wiggles and they get away. It kind of distracts the predator long enough to give them time to escape. This is an amazing animal. We don't want to stress him out or mess with him too much because it's too pretty for him to lose this beautiful tail. We don't want to make him do that. But this is just an amazing find.
We spent the next several hours searching in vain for our next creature. It seemed like we were out of luck, and then...
Hey, he stuck to me. Check this out. This is an eastern fence lizard. This is a very cool little lizard. He's insectivore like most lizards are. He'll eat bugs of all types as long as they'll fit in his mouth. He's got cool scales. Feel him, they're real rough. And look at his back. He blends in perfectly with oak or pine bark. I mean, you can't even see him if he's up against one. Now, I keep saying he, you could look under his neck and see that blue and tell that he's a male, so that's cool. These guys are just a really dynamic lizard. You see them over most of the state, and as a kid I kept a lot of these as pets, so we'd wear them as earrings. They'd bite your ear and they'd hang on. These are always kind of a staple in our house growing up just because they're literally statewide. They're everywhere. But it's a really cool little lizard.
The search continued over countless dirt roads, back roads, ponds, bogs, and pine barrens. It was a long day without a lot of movement, but the weather was great, so we didn't mind at all.
This is a ground skink. It is one of the smaller species of skink lizard that we have in North Carolina. This guy's really smooth bodied. They actually live in the leaf litter and places like that. He was out basking on a rock next to some logs on the ground. But these guys are usually kind of in those areas. They'll eat termites and small insects. They're just a cool little lizard. I'm gonna try to show you a little bit of his underbelly. He's got some pretty colors on his belly. But these guys are a fairly common lizard, and they don't get very big. I don't think they get much bigger than about 6 inches. Just trying to give you a little bit of a close-up of him. We're just gonna let him go now and keep seeing what we can find. This has been a great day so far.
Thomas, how does it feel to be a failure?
Feels pretty great. This is not the first time I've lost a lizard, and it certainly won't be the last, especially a race runner.
We had a few near catches on some of the swifter species, but spending time with your best friends in creation is always time well spent. We got to watch one of the most beautiful sunsets over the longleaf pine trees. The day wasn't a complete bust, but after the sun went down, the critters came out crawling.
What's going on, guys? So we've been cruising pretty much all day, but we come out here to the water, and right on the little water's edge was this little banded water snake. This is a little juvenile. He's very small. They get a lot larger than this. Yeah, we haven't been out here for 10 minutes and we're already seeing stuff. So hopefully we're gonna find some more stuff. Some really cool stuff is my hopes. And maybe we'll even see more of these. Maybe we'll see a bigger one. But it's a cool find. Banded water snake. Woo!
Salamander Commander here. What I have is a southern leopard frog, not to be confused with a pickerel. The southern leopard frog has spots all over, like a leopard. The pickerel has little square spots on his back, and they're a lot more regular and patterned. This little guy is not poisonous, whereas the pickerel is, and so you can eat him if you want to. I didn't eat him, he's right here. Tricked you.
Okay guys, right now there's a cottonmouth right here next to me. I'm gonna try to go get him. I'm gonna turn my headlamp on so I don't blind you guys, but I gotta turn it on to see him so he doesn't hurt me. And I'm gonna try to show him to you guys because he's an amazing snake. Such a chunky snake. All right, so here we go. Back up, I got him, back up. Guys, check this out. This is a cottonmouth snake. Now, this was a fight to get this guy out of those bushes over there. But we got him, and it is a beautiful cottonmouth. Now, I'm keeping her a little bit further away from me than you can really see very well on the camera, but hopefully we're gonna have some good shots to cut to show you how beautiful this snake is. Now, this is a very venomous snake in North Carolina. They have a very painful bite, and it will destroy tissue, so I'm being very careful, and I wouldn't encourage you to handle one of these, but I've been doing it for years, and I feel pretty confident with my ability. Now, this snake is an amazing snake. It comes around and it will eat amphibians, it will eat sometimes other snakes, fish. They live in aquatic habitats in the southeastern part of the state in the US. Now, these guys they usually rely on blackwater kind of swamps and creek areas, usually areas that have been improved by beaver habitat. But as you see, she's flicking her tongue right now. She's kind of tasting what's going on around us. She's kind of saying, hey, who's this big bearded dude that's holding me? And hopefully she can tell by flicking her tongue that I'm her friend, and she's not gonna wanna do anything negative because we're not gonna hurt her. We love this animal. We would never wanna kill one of these. They're great to have around. They really are good snakes. You just gotta give them their space. Wow, what a great find. Guys, check this amazing animal out. This is a spadefoot toad. Now, all toads are actually frogs, but not all frogs are actually toads. Got him. Now this guy, as with most frogs and toads, likes to hop and leap. but this is a spadefoot toad. Now this guy has a special appendage on his back legs designed specifically so he can burrow into this loose sand in the sandhills habitat where he lives. Now these are amazing little animals because they have that ability to do that. You don't typically see them very often. They're a very secretive animal, but after heavy rains and times like that in the early spring and sometimes during summer storms, you can see them come out en masse to breed. Now we found this lone one just kind of hopping around out here next to a lake. So we were really surprised when we found this guy just because it was something we weren't expecting. Now you're hearing a myriad of other frog species calling and breeding right now tonight, but this is the one that I had the least expectation to find. Again, this is a spadefoot toad. I'm Stan Lake. This has been Catching Creation. We've been looking for animals from early this morning before dawn, way past the sunset. Now it's into midnight, and it's been a great day. So thank you guys for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share to all of our social media channels so that we can help you be a part of our adventure. Until next time, I'm Stan Lake, out.
Hop, 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 run. That's all I got.